Get ready for massive developments. Hyundai Mobis has just made a huge leap forward in electrification, successfully developing a 160 kilowatt power electric system as a universal model, and they are planning a lineup of 3 models, including a 120 kilowatt version, by the first half of the year. This isn't just about battery systems anymore. Hyundai Mobis has secured the design technology for every component, from the motor to the power module, allowing them to move into the powertrain sector and capture global customer interest right now.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we look at the track performance revolution. Opel just announced that their Corsa GSE is a true hot hatch, packing an impressive 277 horsepower and a blistering 5.5-second sprint to 62 miles per hour. We're diving into the engineering details, including the Torsen limited slip differential and upgraded braking systems, to see exactly how Opel managed to transform the regular Corsa EV into a serious performance machine. Now, let's talk global trade and manufacturing shifts. Lotus has just made history by shipping the first batch of Chinese-made electric SUVs to Canada, officially becoming the first manufacturer to physically deliver vehicles under the new trade framework. This move signals a major strategic push from Geely's empire, and will explore how this shipment fits into the larger picture of Chinese EV exports and North American market access. And finally, we examine the massive overhaul in the auto industry. Ford is undergoing a complete manufacturing reset, repositioning its battery assets to serve energy storage alongside vehicles, signaling that the EV transition is becoming a complex redesign of the entire supply chain. This is a huge lesson in flexibility, and we need to know how Ford plans to build a more resilient, lower-cost future. Stay with us for the full breakdown. Hyundai Mobis has significantly expanded its electrification portfolio by successfully developing a universal 160 kilowatt kW power electric PE system, following the prior development of a 250 kW system. As an automotive supplier, the company now possesses the end-to-end capability, from design to mass production, for PE systems, moving beyond previous work on battery systems into the drive system sector. The core of this development involved securing in-house design technology for every auto component of the PE system, including the motor, inverter, and reduction gear. Hyundai Mobis focused on standardizing and modularizing key components like the stator, inverter, and power module, enabling a platform-like approach that enhances scalability across various vehicle models, contrasting with traditional supplier collaboration models. This new system, with a maximum output of 160 kW equivalent to 215 horsepower, is suitable for most current mass-produced electric vehicles. Through modular design and the use of advanced power semiconductors, the company achieved a 16% increase in specific power while reducing system volume by nearly 20%. Looking ahead, Hyundai Mobis plans to complete the development of a 120 kW PE system tailored for compact vehicles by the first half of the year. This will establish a comprehensive drive system lineup, covering everything from small mobility solutions to high-performance vehicles, positioning the company to proactively propose these systems to global customers who have already shown interest. This strategic move is expected to boost global competitiveness in electrification components and improve profitability by enabling the company to handle both design and mass production. Opel has unveiled the Corsa GSE, positioning the electric version as a genuine hot hatch, backed by significant performance upgrades. The variant boasts 277 horsepower and a blistering 5.5-second sprint to 62 mph. Key enhancements include a Torsen limited slip differential, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, and upgraded brakes, signaling a serious performance focus beyond mere power addition. The single front-mounted motor delivers 254 lb-ft of torque, substantially more than the standard Corsa EV's 192 lb-ft. This increased output allows the GSE to reach a top speed of 112 mph, compared to the standard model's 93 mph, and achieve 62 mph in just 5.5 seconds. The combination of extra power and a lower, stiffer suspension aids traction, ensuring the power is effectively transferred to the road, further aided by the specialized 3-spoke, 18-inch wheels. The vehicle also features a high-performance braking system with 4-piston front calipers from Alken, along with sporty interior touches such as bucket seats and specialized data displays. While the battery remains the same as the regular model, the increased performance will result in a reduced range, though Opel has not yet published a specific figure. The emergence of the Corsa GSE signals a potential resurgence of electric hot hatches in Europe, following a trend where manufacturers have previously abandoned the segment. Current European options include the Abarth 500e, Alpine A290, Cupra Born VZ, and the MG4 X-Power, with anticipation building for future models like a Volkswagen GTI counterpart. The Corsa GSE is positioned as a compelling entry into the growing electric performance segment. Lotus has officially begun deliveries to Canada, marking the first physical shipment of Chinese-made leather SUVs into the country under a new trade framework established in March. The brand, owned by Geely, shared footage on Chinese social media showing 18 letter units being loaded at the Shanghai port for this delivery, celebrating what it termed a new record for Chinese electric vehicle exports. This shipment is the first concrete delivery under the January trade agreement between Ottawa and Beijing, which replaces Canada's previous 100% surtax on Chinese-made vehicles with a 6.1% tariff, subject to a quota of 49,000 vehicles annually. Lotus had been strategically positioning itself to be the first manufacturer to deliver vehicles under this new arrangement. Prior to the agreement, Lotus had publicly stated that the tariff reduction would allow the letter's planned retail price to drop by approximately 50%. CEO Feng Qingfeng emphasized Canada's strategic importance, stating the company intended to use the opportunity to enhance investment and strengthen its presence in the North American market. The letter officially launched in Canada on April 24th with a starting price of $119,900, a significant reduction from the $313,500 sticker price of the only variant listed under the previous tariff regime. The model, built at Lotus's Wuhan plant, utilizes an 800V electrified architecture and has completed North American certification. This arrival occurs amid broader shifts in the market. Tesla has aggressively cut prices across its Model 3 lineup in Canada, with the premium rear-wheel drive variant becoming the cheapest Tesla vehicle sold in the North American market, following a supply chain shift to import vehicles under the new tariff rate. Other Chinese automakers are also preparing for market entry. Volvo and Polestar, both Geely-controlled, are also anticipated beneficiaries of the quota. Chery has spotted the first vehicles of its Omoda and Yiku sub-brands in Toronto, and BYD, Chery, and Geely are all confirmed as preparing for Canadian market entry by the end of the year. The quota system allows for the first 24,500 vehicles to enter between March and August, with the quota set to rise to 70,000 units by the 5th year, requiring more than half to be priced below $35,000 by 2030. In return, China agreed to reduce duties on Canadian canola to about 15%. Despite the positive movement for some manufacturers, the environment remains complex. The U.S. Trade Representative has reaffirmed that regulations banning certain Chinese vehicle software and hardware are in effect, and Canada has rejected a proposed kit assembly arrangement for Stellantis, signaling a preference for genuine local manufacturing to qualify for tariff advantages. Furthermore, the Canadian Vehicle Manufacturers Association has endorsed a plan to scrap the Chinese quota entirely. Ford is undergoing a significant manufacturing reset, signaling a fundamental restructuring of the electric vehicle supply chain as the industry moves from initial enthusiasm to industrialization. This shift is driven by a more disciplined phase in the EV market, characterized by fluctuating consumer demand, evolving charging infrastructure, battery economics, and automaker profitability in North America. The reset extends beyond vehicle selection, focusing intensely on how Ford organizes manufacturing capacity, battery supply, platform strategy, and capital allocation amid market uncertainty. Supply chain leaders are observing that the EV transition is not merely a substitution of internal combustion engines, but a complete redesign of the entire automotive supply chain. Early EV buildouts relied on aggressive capacity commitments for dedicated platforms and battery plants. However, the current market demands flexibility. Ford has acknowledged this reality by taking a $19.5 billion write-down linked to its EV reset, involving canceled models and battery restructuring. Crucially, Ford is repositioning its battery manufacturing assets. It plans to use facilities in Kentucky and Michigan to produce batteries for energy storage systems, including those tied to the AI boom in data centers, and to support a lower-cost midsize EV truck. This repurposing of battery assets demonstrates a strategic move toward creating optionality. By shifting capacity toward stationary storage, data center energy systems, and grid applications, automakers are building a supply chain resilient to uneven adoption curves. A supply chain capable of serving both mobility and stationary storage is viewed as more robust than one narrowly focused on vehicle forecasts. Ford's challenge is dual, building affordable EVs and ensuring profitable sales. This necessitates a manufacturing architecture focused on lower-cost platforms, simplified engineering, and tighter supplier integration, as affordability must be engineered into the product and supply chain early on. Furthermore, the transition is becoming less binary. Automakers are managing a complex portfolio encompassing gas vehicles, hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and various EV types, demanding greater flexibility from all segments of the supply chain. This means suppliers must plan for less predictable demand curves across multiple propulsion types. The energy storage segment is emerging as a critical component of this reset, creating a broader electrification supply chain encompassing mobility, energy, and industrial infrastructure. The ultimate lesson for the industry is that success in this new phase will depend not just on capacity announcements, but on the ability to align product strategy with manufacturing reality, achieving lower costs through flexible assets and adaptive networks. The industry is moving from enthusiasm to industrialization, where the real supply chain work is focused on building systems designed for uncertainty.